Hey y'all, I just want to come in here and have a real talk with folks. Um, like many people, I grew up, my parents were working class. So I didn't have the benefit of being taught about finances, investing, saving, credit, none of that. So I spent the first half of my adulthood really being really financially irresponsible. I didn't pay anything until I got a shut off notice, right? And then kind of like late 30s, the light clicked on and I decided I'm too adult to be living like this. So I started trying to figure out how to start saving for my retirement, how to buy a house, how to buy a car without going through these shisty dealers charging these insane interest rates. And it's been a long 7-year process. And what I am noticing is that a lot of folks are there. You know, they realize they're trying to clean up their credit, they're trying to clean up their finances, and they really don't know who to go to get advice. So they're going to the internet, they're going to friends, and they're getting some well-meaning, sometimes, but wrong advice. Just really, really wrong. So I am a licensed mortgage originator. That means I have a license with the state of North Carolina. I literally cannot be in public giving people bad financial advice. So I just really want to say, you know, when you're thinking about cleaning up your credit, go to the professionals. Find a professional. It doesn't have to be me. But find someone who's licensed and whose license can be revoked if they give you bad advice. For instance, one thing that I keep hearing is people feel like they have to pay off all of their debts before they can buy something or get good credit. That is not true. That is absolutely, absolutely not true. You do not have to pay all of your debts to get good credit. There is something, and you can Google it on the internet. This is not private information, but I call it the 50-30-10 rule. The 50-30-10 rule is the number one surest way to clean up your credit and start getting a higher credit score. The 50-30-10 rule is basically pay all of your debts down to 50%. If you got these credit cards and you're maxing them out, you're at 80-90% of your maximum credit. That is the number one thing tanking your credit score. Don't pay these credit cards down to zero. Do not close the credit cards when you get them paid off. Whoever told you that information, excuse my French, don't know what the hell they're talking about. That is the worst thing you can do. Pay all of your credit cards down to 50% across the board. Period. Stop. Once you get them down to 50%, then take the next round and get all of your credit cards below 30%. If you do this, I can virtually guarantee you, as long as you're not, going into default or collections on any other things, you will see a 20, 40, 60 point bump in your credit score. Because what's happening is when you're maxing out your credit cards, you're telling lenders you're in trouble. You're telling lenders you don't know how to pay your bills. You're telling lenders you're financially irresponsible. Getting your credit cards down to 50%, it's still high, but that's manageable. When you get them down to 30%, they're like, oh, she's responsible. Okay, now we can take a look at her. Now we can give her we can look at her credit. Once you get them below 10%, then you will see the hugest increase, because when you get your credit cards down to 10%, lenders is like, oh, she don't need the credit at all. She makes enough money to take care of her bills. If I give her this house or if I give her this car, it's not going to stress her out because she is in control of her credit. I am letting you know that I started doing this process for a period of 3 years. In a period of 3 years, doing a 50-30-10, I saw my credit go from 550 to 640 to 680 and now I'm at 720. I guarantee you this will work. Do the 50-30-10 rule. If you have any questions, please comment in the comments and I'll try to answer as much as possible. But this is the only thing that 100% works all the time. Take care. Bye.